more detailed time, I'd like to have a warm welcome for the living histories we're going to be telling this evening. Please give a hand, not just for the Ottinger, but for Andrea Stuff, who runs the educational component with the youth here in the museum. Sorry. Okay. Are you able to hear me in the back? Yes. Okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to say welcome. Sorry. Okay. I'd like to welcome you to the museum and thank you very much for coming this evening. And this is being the last Tuesday of the Moab Museum's Tuesdays. We want to go out with a bang. And so we are greatly honored to have Len Ottinger here as our special featured guest this evening. And I would like to give you a little background on Len and read you an article that was published November 9th, 2017, and by Rose Engelhoff. And so I'd like to read that to you, and it'll give you a little background on Len Ottinger. Len Ottinger is known around town for many reasons. He's known for the rock shop he started in 1960s, and for his bus tours at Canyonlands, for his crude humor, and for his larger-than-life personality. He started out prospecting uranium and ended up with a dinosaur named after him, Iguanodon ottingeri, the first iguanodon found in the United States. A renowned rock and dinosaur bone hunter, Ottinger discovered 3 other species of dinosaurs as well. Now, Ottinger's story starts in 1927, either in Wyoming or Tennessee, depending on who tells the story. There was a rumor around that planet Earth was the best place for humans. So I came to planet Earth near Casper, Wyoming in 1927, November 1927. So I landed in the oil field, he jokes. In reality, and you let me know if I mess up here somewhere, okay? You tell me, okay? In reality, Ottinger started his life in Tennessee, the son of a corn farming mother. Some of his earliest memories revolve around rocks. I had to go with my mother in the cornfields, so I started finding rocks. When I was big enough to see a pretty rock, I'd pick it up and bring it home, Ottinger said. He started finding arrowheads, which he collected in his shoebox that his mother gave him. When the shoebox started overflowing, his mother told him there was no room in the log cabin for the arrowheads. He offered to sell his arrowheads to a local barber who had his own collection framed on the shop wall. The barber was interested, so Ottinger asked for the only bill he knew of, a $10 bill, like the one he'd seen his mother get paid with. The barber tried to offer him 10 ones, but Ottinger refused. The barber got the idea and pulled out a $10 bill, and Ottinger accepted and sold his first rocks. Ottinger began selling a few arrowheads a week to the barber, always asking for his $10 bill. Soon he had a stack of tens. He said his mother was saving for train tickets to Oregon to see her family and to get work in the shipyards, which were ramping up for World War II. When she realized how much money Ottinger was making, $10 was a lot of money in those days. She asked if she could use the money to get train tickets for the family, and Ottinger agreed. They took a freight train to Denver, to Texas, and then to California, and eventually to Oregon. At a layover in Denver, his mother took him to a museum. transfixed by the arrowhead collection. And then he found something new. There were these big bones and skeletons all put together. And I looked at the dinosaur bones, and my mom read some of the signs to me and told me what they were. I remember, sorry. These are dinosaurs. They're animals, and they really used to live, he recalled, thinking. After he grew up, Ottinger worked a variety of jobs. He did logging work in Washington, Oregon, and California, and spent some time in the Army Corps of Engineers. After getting out of the Army and marrying, he found himself in Boise, Idaho, at a rock show. With a few weeks to spare, he was due at a timber job in California. A guy showed me a piece of uranium, Ottinger said. I knew uranium. I prospected for uranium in Wyoming and Montana. I'd seen a lot of uranium, but not like this. I said, boy, this is pretty radioactive. I've got my Geiger counter out. And he said, yeah, man, that is really hot and a beautiful specimen. The man would not sell the ore, but he told Ottinger where he found it. Cane Creek in Moab. Ottinger decided to check the area out. He got detailed geological maps from the BLM in Salt Lake City and came south to Moab. He ended up finding jobs for himself as a mechanic and his wife as a cook. Ottinger never made it to his job in California. In his free time, Ottinger was always out rock hunting. His wife would say, "You're out hunting rocks. You're out hunting rocks. You better get another job. You're out there hunting dinosaur bones. We can't eat dinosaur bones." So I said, well, I'll sell so we can make some money because that's fun. First, he set up an extra space at a local repair shop, and then he built his own shop. In response to requests to take people rock hunting, he began giving tours. Though Ottinger has seen the town change, he still loves Moab. I have fun here. This is the most beautiful place I've ever been, he said. So now I'd like to tell you a little bit about my beginnings with Lynn Ottinger. My first encounter with Lynn Ottinger was in the late 70s at the Rock Shop slideshow in the back of the store. I taught at H&K, and during the summer, I was a river guide for North American river expeditions. Friends I worked with told me about the thrilling slideshow evenings at the Rock Shop. Lynn's slideshows gave me my first glimpse of an adventure that awaited me in Moab and sparked me to climb, hike, bike, and run the rivers. Lynn's grandson, Wes, was in my 3rd grade class at H&K, so I asked Lynn to talk to the kids about fossils and rocks. He told me he really didn't do presentations, but he'd give it a go. The kids were spellbound listening to his stories and passing around his fossils and rocks he brought from his shop. He came back to my class many times after that, and the kids wrote in thank you notes for his visits, and he kept them all. He had those kids' thank you notes displayed at his exceptional 90th birthday party, and wasn't that fun? That was a good birthday party, right? The kids love his storytelling, and you too will enjoy this special evening with Lynn. Celebrate. You are fortunate to be in the presence of rock royalty and an icon in Moab history. Enjoy the presentation.